Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to the review of Enigma, the fourth studio record by the nu metal American band Ill Niño. Today we're celebrating the 15th anniversary of the record, so I've decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. My story with this band is quite simple. At the end of the year 2001, I saw the music video for their song God Save Us and I've become an instant fan. I've been following the band ever since. Their first record, Revolution, is my favorite record from them and probably my favorite album of the year 2001. Each song brings something different to the table and it's memorable. Enigma is slightly different. Some fun facts before we start. The album was recorded at the beginning of the year 2007, but for some reason the release was delayed until the 11th March 2008. There is a special limited digipack version, which also includes the Undercover Sessions EP. The Undercover Sessions EP was recorded and released in the year 2006, and it was the first Ill Niño release with Diego on the guitars. He replaced the founding member Jarvir, or however you pronounce his name. He was the guitarist on all the previous albums. So Enigma is basically the first full-length Ill Niño record without the founding guitarists, because Mark Rizzo left the band at the end of 2002, but he wrote 99% of the songs on the second album Confession. So Arrow, Luster, didn't do almost anything on that album, except he played the guitar, but he didn't write anything. So One Nation Underground was the first Ill Niño record to have anything written by Aru, and this one is the first one to have anything written by Diego. And it can be heard because this record has a completely different vibe from the previous ones. The production of the record is tight, it's clean but heavy, no loudness war, no clipping. Every instrument has a room to breathe, you can hear everything without any problems. Message is diverse, the songs are about various subjects, the band's vocalist Christian, he always writes stuff that is very relatable to other people. It's mostly about personal struggles, relationship issues, anti-war and anti-dictatorship stuff. Structure of the songs is basic, that means intro, verse, chorus, bridge, solo, chorus, outro. Music is a mix of nu metal with lots of those Latin influences. Some people claim this record is metalcore or alternative metal. I don't agree with that statement. The next record, That New World, that one is half nu metal, half metalcore, but this one is not. It maybe has like 5% of metalcore here and there. This is the longest Ill Niño record, and I think that it's also the slowest because it includes the most amount of those acoustic Latin influences. You can clearly feel that the songs are slightly different from the previous records. Before we start rating individual songs, I also want to share a sad personal story about this record. When it was released on the 11th March 2008, I've heard it and I've loved it, and then 2 years later, on 11th March, my uncle has passed away. It was a very sad day, because he was my favorite family member, and I remember waking up, hearing the news. I was still in elementary school, and when I walked to the school, I've actually listened to this record in its entirety, and I didn't even knew that it was the second anniversary of this record, so it was just a coincidence, but since then this record always reminds me about that day. So this record helped me get through those dark times. Now we can begin. The Alibi of Tyrants is the first song here, and the first thing that you're going to notice about this record is how atmospheric the songs are and how much percussive elements are here. Besides the drummer, we also have the second dude who's doing the percussion stuff, and he's always out there in the background doing some stuff. It truly makes the songs sound more interesting and vibey. Besides that, Dave, the main drummer, is also killing it throughout the entire songs. The next part are the vocals. I think this record has the best vocal performances out of Christian. He always sounds so positive and strong when it comes to his clean singing. The growling and screaming is also great, but that clean singing is just legendary. He sounds almost as good as on the first record here. Next are the guitars. Well, they sound nice. Typical nu metal riffs, some metalcore elements here and there, but not so much. Also some small death metal tremolo riffs here and there. Even on this song, in the bridge, we have that death metal riff. And I was like, wow, that's a nice addition to the band's sound. My favorite part of this song is the chorus because Christian singing is just straight out of this world, but I also enjoy that bridge part with the death metal tremolo. I just love that one. This is a masterpiece, 10 out of 10. Pieces of the Sun is one of my favorite songs from Ill Niño. It's just so great, especially when it comes to the vocals, but the instrumental work is also legendary. It's very atmospheric, and the song sounds so sad for some reason. My favorite part of the song is the pre-chorus, when he sings something along the lines, "It's breaking me to pieces, it's driving me insane, it's fucked up, that's what this is, and it's never gonna change." And then the chorus just comes in, it's just so beautiful and melodic. I also forgot to mention the bass work. The bass work on the album is great because it's audible. You can always hear the bassist. He's mostly following what the guitars are doing, but sometimes he has his own lines, which is great. 11 out of 10. Finger Painting with the Enemy is another banger. This song is just so full of energy, it's intense, the verses are just so heavy and fun to listen to, and then we have that beautiful chorus. "So you think that you know me, yeah, got it all figured out." It's just so good, every part of this song, straight up legendary. 11 out of 10. March Against Me sounds like a track that was supposed to be a single with a music video because it's very melodic and sad. The lyrics are about love, the previous songs weren't. The first one was about dictators, the second one was probably about sadness, and the third one was basically about fighting with your enemies. Still, to me this song doesn't feel like it's about love because of what I just told you a few minutes ago about my uncle, because March Against Me, it can have two meanings. Someone is marching against you, like an army, but March is also a month when this record was released and when my uncle died. So when I was listening to it back then, on that day when he passed, I was like, this entire month is like against me, and I was just not happy. And this song reminds me about that. It's a good song, I truly enjoy it, especially the chorus because of the singing. The singing throughout the entire song is just so beautiful and heartbreaking. And the instrumental work is also great, especially the bridge part. 10 out of 10. Compulsion of Virus and Fever is my second favorite song on this record, after Pieces of the Sun. It's just so full of energy, and it has that weird atmosphere that reminds me of old school video games, like Serious Sam, Prince of Persia for some reason, some real-time strategies like Age of Empires 2. I don't know why, this song just has this vibe about it, and my favorite part of the song is right after the first chorus, where Christian is singing in Spanish. I don't know what he's saying, but it's just so beautiful. And the chorus is also amazing. No more war, no more tu. This is a perfect song because the instrumental work and the vocal performance is on the same level, and that level is legendary. 11 out of 10. Formal Obsession. Now this track, when it comes to its beginning and the first verse, sounds exactly like some song from the Serious Sam soundtrack. I don't remember which one, but it has the same exact instrumental work. And I was like, hell yeah, this sounds great. It reminds me of that Serious Sam The First Encounter game. I don't know which level. Some Egyptian one. That doesn't narrow it down, does it? Because the whole game is in fucking Egypt. But let's just move on. Amazing vocal performance as usual, especially the chorus, but the verses are great as well. I don't have much to say about these tracks because so far every song has been perfect and I have nothing to criticize. 10 out of 10. Hot Summer's Tragedy. Now this song isn't as great as the previous ones. It's still good, don't get me wrong. I enjoy it, especially that part before the chorus. I don't know if I can call it the pre-chorus because there's no singing on it, but the guitar riff is very sad. It sounds desolate and slightly black metallish in some way. I just enjoy it so much. It's my favorite part of the song. My least favorite is actually the chorus. I'm just not feeling it. Everything else is perfect, especially that pre-chorus part. 9 out of 10. Me Gusta La Soledad. Now this track is the weakest song on the entire record. I'm just not vibing with it that much, but I've enjoyed the intro and the first verse, because it was just acoustic, it had that positive vibe to it. Then we have some other instruments and the singing actually became annoying here. Not all of it, but some parts of it, especially the chorus. So this is just a decent song. If it were up to me, I would remove it from the record. 6 out of 10. 2012. Now here we are going back to the golden times of Enigma. This song is a banger. The instrumental work, great. Atmospheric, memorable, but that chorus, the singing on that chorus is just perfect. Gordon Ramsay would say it's fucking lit. Whenever I think about this song, the first thing that pops right up into my head is the chorus. 10 out of 10. Guerrilla Carnival and Estoy Perdido aren't as good as the previous songs, you know, the first 6 ones, but they are still great. The instrumental work is fun to listen to, but it's not as epic as on those tracks. And also the singing, while it's still great, it's not soulful, but I do enjoy the choruses on both of these tracks. These are the best parts about them. 8 out of 10. Kellogg's, Bumps and Cracker Jacks. A fun fact about this song, this was my favorite one when I first heard this record in 2008. I don't even have to listen to this song to remember everything about it. Oh, the only thing we do is watch TV, rah, 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 and Kellogg Bombs is free. Wah, for nothing, come for me, never give up. As you can see, it's always there, it's always in my mind. I can always fuck up some words, but it's always there. I cannot remove it from my head. It's a fantastic song, but yeah, it's not as good as Pieces of the Sun. 10 out of 10. And the final song, the Sangre Hermosa. The first part of this track sounds very similar to With You from the first record. The vocal performance as usual is great, but this is not the best song here. It's still good, I still enjoy it, and it's a perfect way to finish the record, but on its own it's not a special song. It's just a standard Ill Niño track. 7 out of 10. And now we have the bonus songs from the undercover sessions, and we have only 2 new original songs and 3 covers. The first original song, Ayastra, or however you pronounce it, this is a banger. This track has a massive metalcore energy compared to the Enigma record, which almost doesn't have it. Here we have some breakdowns, and at the end the entire last minute of the song is one giant breakdown. It goes like this. So yeah, The vocal performance is great, but it's not as good as on the Enigma album, so I was like, wow, so something must have happened between 2006 and 2007. I'm actually surprised it wasn't re-recorded for Enigma, but yeah, 10 out of 10. Zombie Eaters is Fate No More cover. It features Chino, the vocalist of Deftones. Many people heard about Ill Niño because of Chino, because Deftones is a more popular band. As you know, Deftones was a nu metal band on their first 2 records and half of White Pony. Then they've changed into this weird shoegaze, genty, rock thing. I'm not a big fan of new Deftones stuff. I mean, I loved Ohm's record, but like, I hated Gore record, for example. When it comes to the vocals, they are good. They aren't as great as on the Enigma record. Chino just sounds like Chino, so he's basically moaning. Christian is also trying to do these kinds of vocals. I liked screaming of Chino on this track. I must say this cover is not better than original, but it has a completely different energy to it. So I enjoy it, it's a decent cover, not my favorite thing, but it's okay. 6 out of 10. Reservation for 2. Now this is the weakest Ill Niño song I'm reviewing today. I'm glad this wasn't re-recorded for Enigma record. There is nothing interesting about this song. The vocals are the weakest here, to be honest, and the instrumental work is okay, it's not bad and it's not good. 5 out of 10. Next song is Red Rain. It's Peter Gabriel cover, and what's interesting about this song is that it was recorded for the 3rd Ill Niño album, but for some reason it was replaced and it's out here. It's not the same version as on that record. On the EP and Enigma limited edition we have Red Rain that lasts like 4 minutes. The first version from the 3rd record was leaked online. It's over 5 minutes long. It's longer, has a different outro and intro. I don't know, man. I like the leaked version more because it has a better structure, and when it comes to this song, it's a decent cover again. It's not better than original, but it's fun to listen to. I like the acoustic elements and the singing is good. If you loved the cover, check out the leaked version, which is longer. Hear for yourself if it's better or not. 6 out of 10. And the final cover, Territorial Pissings by Nirvana. Now this is actually a great cover. I enjoyed it because they've implemented their own style into it. You know, those acoustic Latino passages and shit. It's all here. It makes the song more interesting, and the clean singing was great as usual. 8 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable and the flow is fitting. Replayability, yeah, it's an excellent record. I enjoyed it from beginning to the end. The highlights of this one are Pieces of the Sun, Compulsion of Virus and Fever, Finger Painting with the Enemy, The Alibi of Tyrants, Formal Obsession, 2012, and the Kellogg's song. Check them out, you won't be disappointed. For some reason when this record was released it was hated by the fans, and because of that the band changed their sound. Because of that and the label, the next label, which basically forced Ill Niño to sound more metalcore-ish, but that's a story for a different time. So yeah, this is a weird album because it sounds different from the rest, like the next ones are completely different and the previous ones as well. It grew on me over the years because I've enjoyed it when it was released, but back then I was like, I wasn't really feeling some of the songs, like Hot Summer's Tragedy or 2012. I was like, I don't like this stuff back when it was released, but the more I've listened to this record, the better it has become. So I urge you to do the same. Also, if you can, get the limited edition from Europe, because you get the Undercover Session songs as well. Celebrate the anniversary by spinning this record today, it deserves some love. That's all from me, thank you for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. Links to my Instagram in the description if you want to check out what CDs I own and shit like that, or just watch me post some nu metal memes. That's all. Also sorry for sounding very weak today, but my throat is just hurting me so much. But I'm happy that I was able to get through this review because my voice just isn't great today. So yeah, thank you. Bye!